Okay, so how can I remove a bad thing from the heart? I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm going to try and improvise, right? So imagine that there's someone that I am like I really don't like. Okay, imagine that there's someone I really don't like. This actually happened to me, right? Let me tell you about this. So what happened is that there was a person that the first time I met them, I didn't like them. Okay, so this is someone who I've never met before, but just I don't know. The first meeting when I met them, I didn't like them. They didn't do anything to me. They weren't horrible, nothing. But I don't know. I just felt like I didn't like them, and it doesn't happen very often to me, right? So in my mind, I was like, this is weird. I don't like this person. Why don't I like this person? I don't know. And I did the whole like why, but I didn't really come up with anything great. So anyway, I said to myself, look, you don't like this person. This person is like a great guy, like normal guy. He's a Muslim. You know, he deserves your like normal respect and everything. So like, even though you don't like him, you need to behave correctly. And I think this is a really important lesson because a lot of the times what happens is we follow our emotions blindly, right? We follow our heart. So if our emotions say, oh, like I'm angry, it's like I'm going to be angry to that person. If my emotions say that, you know, I'm sad, I'm going to be sad with that person. So you got to be careful. Like emotions are good to use them, to go with them, but sometimes you got to assess. So like this person, I thought, I don't like this person. I thought this is an emotion I cannot act upon because it's not correct. There's no reason for me to act upon it. So what I did is I said, I'm going to set myself the opposite direction, right? So what I'm going to do now is because I feel this way, I'm actually going to treat this brother even nicer, not to trick him, but to actually tell myself that there's nothing wrong with this brother and he deserves like your respect and everything. Right. So whenever I would meet that brother, I would make a special like thing that so that he would never ever feel any pain or any negativity towards me because of what's in my heart, because that emotion, I couldn't get rid of it, but it was just there. So anyway, I started like speaking to him, being very normal with him, being very nice, helping him extra, what I could do, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so I just acted right. And I think this is a big thing. Like if there's something in your heart, even though your heart is making you feel that way, just do the right thing. Act in the right way. Act in a way that pleases Allah. Don't mess with that at all. Okay, so that is one thing. The other thing I would say is that when it comes down to it, what I found out later was that that brother wasn't actually being authentic. He wasn't being himself. Like I started coaching him and helping him, and he told me later, he said, you know, I don't know who I am. I'm not sure of who I am. And sometimes I'll be fake around people and this and that. And I was like, oh my God, that's what it is. Like I must have felt the fakeness at some point, and that's why I didn't like it. But you know, alhamdulillah, like we overcame it, and I really love the brother, mashallah, tabarakallah, now, which is amazing. So I would say, like, think about your heart and think about these things that you hold, and then realize that if you're holding something in your heart which is like painful or negative, like maybe you know you've had someone that's really like been horrible to you, or someone that's cheated you or defrauded you or something like that. The truth is that as long as you hold that in your heart, you replay the suffering. Whatever happened, like that pain, it happened. Like, you know, if I punch my hand, there's pain there right now, and it'll be there for a minute or so. Once that pain goes, that pain is not coming ever again, like unless I punch it again. But if I start thinking, oh my God, my hand was in pain, my body will start to feel that pain. And I'm like, oh my God, my hand was in pain, my hand was in pain, my hand was in pain. And you live that every single day. And a lot of the times, that's what happens with our hearts and our past, right? We take our past and we put it in the present right now, like that pain, that pain, that pain. And we just replay and replay and replay and replay. And we suffer over and over again. Even though that punch and that pain happened only once, we replay it all in our minds so many times, but we're just living in suffering, right? And the truth is, the only way you're going to get over that suffering and that pain is to let it go. Be like, look, the pain's not there anymore. It's happened. It's done. Whatever's happened has happened. It's done. I let go. I move on. I forgive. And it's gone. And the second you do that, it frees you. Like it will free you. Like you will not be held prisoner by it anymore. So I would advise you that before you actually end this call, before you like close your browser or click on something else on YouTube, like actually go there and say that I have finished. I release my heart from this thing, and inshallah you will feel so much better.